Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Check 53. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
We're going to 53.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 27-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my kill. Deuce.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call.
53 to Mike. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Ready? 8, read. I want that. Give me that ball,
The first carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
He's coming. Double up. General West.
On second down now. It's Williams. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Set, ready, 60 outlaw.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Five.
On second down, it's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now a give right side. It's Woods. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Check.
They'll run it with Williams. Out inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
On the pickup brings up second and 2 at the Cowboys' 18-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Tighten up. Hit it.
Now Williams. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Let's go, defense. Our time.
From the gun on third down, Locke has got it to Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, saying, hey, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to third and goal.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
I got him. Ready?
Locked now on third and goal. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my play makes.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down. Check 53. Stay with your man. Right, kill. 47.
Now Prescott. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Check 9. Hey, kill.
Prescott from the gun. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He was taking the 22-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
53, Mike.
He's tired of you. He's tired of us. 25. Check 25. We're going to 54. Right here. Check 53's Mike. Target. SOS.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack. That's number 150 of his great career. To throw is Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Tackles. Mike 35, Mike 35. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Austin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. That one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go, dude. Here I come.
On second down, here's Locke. Going deep here for Stills. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Stills the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
And this one is right down the middle. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Clock now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Pollard, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Here's Pollard again, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M. And all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 43. Check 31. Check 31. Joker, 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 joker. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Then we're going to 53.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
A 60-yard attempt.
Marr able to put this one through. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 54. Mike 54. It's going to be a long...
Look at me. Go.
Shift.
Go.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
At the 49-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, team 6.
Mike 35. Mike 35. You remember me?
Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? Finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Lock now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Go.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Williams. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
From the gun, it's locked. He's got his tight end fan. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll go with the keeper. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go with Williams. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Williams stopped up short of the goal line on 4th down. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike 53. And watch the leg.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Prescott. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Let's take it inside his own 40. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, set, 15, Lonnie, 15, Lonnie. You got it, undercut, go.
On 1st down, Williams. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down. Lock. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. 51 to Mike.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Gone. Pilot, 64, big grip.
He's back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
That's track. At 25 to Mike.
Okay, Delta. Hard.
Big dance. Come.
5.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
26-yard line.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Now Pollard. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a third and 2 more. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now a handoff looking right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard brings up 4th down.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Cowboys, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.